There we go. Can you guys hear me now? Hey Chimp, how you doing? How's everybody doing? I'm streaming. I'm just streaming for a short while. A little late where I am, but I was just sort of sitting there thinking, man, I haven't done it in a while. I know things are rough right now, but you know what? I hop on and say hi and boo, and dropped into a few other streams and said hello and thank you to everybody for the well wishes. So just kind of taking it from there. We'll see how it goes. Streaking the Vatican, on the other hand, I'm okay with that. I really am. Yeah. So I sent you a link, Tina. I have put another one up in the channel there. So if anybody wants to pop in, please feel free. I'm feeling a little better. I'm on antibiotics again. Um, it was it's funny. They went looking at COPD for me, because that's what got my grandmother. That's what got my mother. So there was a little concern. I am not. Tim, I absolutely can. Give me a sec here. Oh, thought it was funny that on my mother's estate there is I must buy a guitar. I thought that was funny. Oh, who we got in here? Hey Eddie, what's going on? Going, I got it. Back here, buddy. There we go. Tim sent. Rolls up and go in there. There we go. Try that. A little. Yeah, I said to the wife, I said, doesn't it figure I rolled over? I was laying in bed Sunday. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to stream Monday, even if I don't, because I'm going to go see the doctor, yada, yada, yada. And I broke my other headset. So if I sound different, that's why I'm using a temporary one for now. And the phone rang, and I looked over at it, and I knew whose number it was. And my wife heard me say, "Ah, I kind of knew." And she went in on Wednesday. We knew it wasn't good. This has happened twice before. Just for those that kind of want to know, and she got 2 extra years. She shouldn't have came out of it last time, and she did. So this time we gave her the benefit of the doubt again, and we were going to have to make a decision about assisted breathing that she was on. Think of it like forced induction. It's not an intubated tube or anything like that, breathing for her, but more forcing the air into her so that she could, pull what she could from it. Because she had a DNR. So if she went into respiratory arrest or cardiac arrest, nothing like that, right? And she made the decision for us. That's the way me and my brother looked at it. Because we were talking to our dad, and we were discussing this, like, she wouldn't want this, so what are we going to do? And well, we'll give her a couple more days and then we'll make that decision. And nope, she made up her mind for us. The easiest way to look at it. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, and it does. I've been prepared. My stepdad, on the other hand, whom I thought was prepared, was not. So it's been more looking after him. We got everything done for him. My wife literally, looked at him and said, "What do you want me to do, George? Do you want me to clean up her stuff now?" And he's like, "It's probably going to be easier if you do." And she went in and bagged the clothes, did all the amount of, did everything for him. And I thought that was just fantastic. My wife is when it comes to that, is fantastic. And she got choked up. And the only reason she got choked up, there were things that she had bought for my mother, that were there that my mother had hidden away. You know what I mean? Because that's what she was like. My grandmother was the same way. Like, we found tons of stuff wrapped in tissue, stuffed in jars. It's like, what are you doing? But that's moms, man. That's what you guys do. Well, my mother put up with it's amazing. My mother got cancer 2004, and she was COPD then. So that gives you an idea, how long that kind of ran on for, right? But it was like the last 5 years were just really rough. Like to watch her deteriorate, for lack of a better term, I guess. But yeah, other than that, and I got to do some things I was happy to do. Like she got to see corals in person because I would go up to the shop in Fredericton, stop by, and then bring them out and let her see them and let her see the fish in the bag. So because she could never get to my tank, and my parents think YouTube is magic. You know what I mean? Like it's the devil. Like what do you mean? I can hear you on here, and I would play it. My mother would be, "That's you." I'm like, yeah. I said I run a stream like a radio broadcast for reef tanks, and she's like, "What makes you qualified to do that?" It's like, okay, Mom. Well, apparently that's the question of the day, isn't it? So no, it's been pretty good. Hey, Brian, what's going on? Tim, I sent you the link. Do your push email notification. You should get it. And if you don't, I'll send you another one. We'll force the issue. And how's Tina? Yeah, it's one of those things, right? No, I was sitting here. It's we think we found a place too. And it. Oh, son of a. Everybody here. Can you guys hear Eddie and Tina too? By the way, I should double check that because I got the new headset on, so things changed. You can hear everybody. Yeah. Sorry. I hope he did. Hey, he's got a t-shirt on. As long as he doesn't stand up, it's all good. Oh, look. Yeah, go ahead. Ooh, you know what? That Sun stuff is great. I had a Sun canister filter and absolutely loved it. The only issue I had with it was it started to leak. Yeah, it started to leak like right away. It was a real bugger. You had to make sure the seal cap was on the right way. There was this weird thing. Anyway, it worked really well because it had the automatic UV sterilizer in it too, the bulb. And I replaced that with a Philips one that you could get for like $10. We can only hear me. All right. There we go. Give me a sec. Why I asked.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
There we go. Gotchas. I got him. Thanks, Ryan. That's why I asked.
It was $10 from China, so I'm
oh no. Look,
well,
man.
It's not cheesy. It's not cheesy if it works, dude.
Yeah, exactly. If it does the job and gets you rolling, then that's all that matters. So, we made another big decision. I think we're going to sell the 120. I think. It is getting extremely difficult in this stupid city to find what we want, and we can't get the townhouse till September.
Oh boy.
We're like, a lot of but we found a house.
Hey, I'd rather have a house than a townhouse, I'll tell you that much.
The only issue, it's a little small, right? It's a smaller house, right? But it's literally right up the street. I actually know this house. I've known this house all my life. You know what I mean?
Can you rent from month to month?
Yep. And we're going to talk to the guy tomorrow or Thursday, and he wants to sell it. But right now, while things are weird with my mother's estate, I can't jump on anything. And it wouldn't be enough to like buy it. But literally the guy's only asking $91,000 in the city. So I want to go look at it and find out, is there anything wrong? So on and so forth. I want to look at the walls because it is on a hill. So because it's on a hill, is there a water issue? Blah, 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 blah. Right? So I'm going to go look it over. But if it's decent, we were looking at the wife just all of a sudden. She saw the things she loves. I saw the things I hate. So she's half full, I'm half empty. You know what I mean? But, But if it is what we think it is, it's definitely worth investigating. How you doing, Tim? I can't hear Tim now because he muted himself.
No, I'm okay. I put it on. I'm making a cup. I'm making a cup of coffee.
Well, make a cup of coffee, buddy.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. Still a little sick. Hey, what's up, LMG?
I've been out of town for a few days, and then I was just thinking about today. I thought, man, Craig hasn't been on in a while. I was just wondering what was
going on. Thanks for the email.
Well, I kind of knew part of it, but I didn't.
Well, the thing is you're not friended on Facebook to me or in my Facebook groups, so A lot of people found out about what happened with me through that. I wasn't even expecting that. I was just doing it for the family, close friends of the family. In fact, I'm not going to say I didn't get verklempt over my mother's passing, but the one who almost got me, in that full on grief mode, so to speak, was my mother's best friend. She literally did not know. Like, George just looked at me, my stepdad, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell Diana," right? And I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna suck." Yeah. So, but she's good now. But she was just, it happened really quick. Like, a lot of people didn't even know she went in the hospital. I think you did, Tina, just because I happened to be on stream when I got the call.
Yeah.
She she was on borrowed time, folks. If anybody, I don't want to really talk about my mother constantly, but
yeah,
my mother was I do and I don't. My mother was an interesting person, and we had an interesting relationship. I grew up in a military family. I grew up, like a lot of us, in a very hard knock life. Lessons were hard and you learned quick. But I'll give her that, there was always that, I went to school on $20 for the start of the year. Like, I choked when I went and took my 10-year-old son at the time to get his stuff for school, and I spent $120 and didn't even have it all yet. And I'm like, what the heck's, wait a minute. You know what I mean? I went to school on $20. It's probably because I bought 2 notebooks and a pack of pencils and said, that's good enough. That's all you're getting out of me. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Ryan. So, it was, I was happy that she got with the man that she got with. She got 30 years with him. So comparatively to, not my real father's not a bad guy. It was just not, it was too young, too stupid, right? Where that one came in. The second husband, on the other hand, well, let's say I can't say anything because technically I could be held liable or slander or all that other crap. But let's just say that when he used to come up to visit my little brother, he made sure he didn't come to the house if I was around. And not that I would have done anything, but I probably would have got pretty physically threatening because I hated that guy. So smart guy, but not that smart.
Well, celebrate your mother's life.
That's what she wanted. Nothing, no memorial service, nothing. Literally, I looked at my stepdad and said, "We can't do that. We can do that with Nanny because she had cut herself, my grandmother." And let's think about the big elephant in our lives right now is my uncle. He was living with my grandmother. She passed away in February. We moved him up to my mother's, and my mother passed away in May. His little sister. So we're really watching him right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not crying, folks. I literally still have a cold.
Dude, it would be okay. It would still be okay. Dad's been gone 3 years, and I still have trouble.
Nope. And you know what? I have a family member that I know people say it to her all the time, and I have, but not in a mean way. I told her you need to go seek grief counseling. It's been 6 years, and you're still, you gotta, you talk about him every day. Her father, my uncle Ferdinand. But anyway, it's one of those things like, she freaked when found out my mother died. Everybody on my dad's side did. My real father's ill, so he can't go up because it's about an hour away, and he can't make it. But he sent a donation because that's what we did instead. Donate to the heart and stroke lung cancer. The Cancer Foundation of Canada, or whoever you want to donate to is on the Ormukto Funeral Home site, and it's like, just do that, right? And it'll get sent. And the picture I did for my mom, we actually photoshopped probably one of the happier days she had before she got really ill, and it was when she went to that lady I told you I called Diana, her best friend, her wedding, right? So we got that all done up for it and everything. That'll be there at the tomorrow night. So that's going to be tough, is watching 80 or 100 people come walking through that knew her very well. A lot of them because I played in the band. That got to know her because my mother was probably my biggest fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Actually,
you mentioned last week on the live stream, so I didn't know for sure, but I kind of, after what you'd said last week, I kind of made some assumptions, so.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah.
And thanks, Tim. Yeah, it's one of those things. You try and explain to people. I knew it was coming, and I'm the lucky one because I got to see her Monday. prior to that Wednesday call, and I think actually Tina remembers me talking about it, that she had seemed okay, but I knew something was off. I didn't quite know what was off, but something was off, so I just chalked it up to she having a bad day. Apparently, she was having a really bad day. Yeah, so, but unfortunately for my middle brother, we all know my favorite Christian pot smoking idiot. The last thing he did to my mother was yell and scream his way out the door.
Oh my gosh.
So unfortunately for him, that's going to be the piece he's got to make.
I was just going to say he's going to be regretting that now the rest of his life.
Well, we'll see. But,
and if he doesn't, then he's not a real person.
Well, exactly. We'll see. I'll keep you apprised. Anyway, she got 2 more years after the last big incident, so I'm happy for her. She got that, and she got to see her grandkids grow up a little more, so on and so forth, right?
Right.
Well, that is not sick anymore. She's been healed.
You got it. So whatever you believe in, you know what I mean? That's what I said. She's not suffering. She's in a better place. She's with her mom and her loved ones now. Whatever you want to believe, and that's what I said to George. Circling back to what was important is, you know what? Mom didn't want to be laid out. We're not going to lay her out. Why don't we just have a memorial service with the closed casket, a picture, the flowers and everything, and let people come in and say goodbye, because there's a lot of people that my mother did touch and was friends with that would like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and it was funny. He called me today and he's like, "You were so right." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "How many hits on your Facebook for that now?" I said, "Oh, like 97 or something." He's like, "Your mother touched that many people?" I said, "Oh yeah. Think about it. I said she ran the buildings up there in Remarkdale for what? Almost 20 years? Apartments. And they were like, I wouldn't say low income. They were affordable housing. And just a ton. I met my wife through my mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing sometimes how many lives you touch and you don't.
Oh, geez, Chim. Sorry to hear that, buddy. I really am. So there you go. There's life and death, folks. Chimp lost his dad. Sorry to hear that, bud.
I'm sorry about that, Chimp.
Sorry, man. I really am.
It's here you go. A buddy of mine was asking me, he's like, I said, what's funny? I said, I was driving to do business today. I went to the doctor's today and we fixed up a screw up with my EI. Employment insurance in Canada, aka unemployment, is really strict. And they cut me off. There you go. That's always fun. And put it right back on today. But I needed to literally have them change one sentence on the letter. And he looked at me. He goes, "You're kidding, right?" I went, "Nope. They want this changed." He went, "Done." And then he checked my blood pressure. So it was a little up, but the second number wasn't up. The first number was. He goes, "I'm going to chalk that up to what's going on in your life right now." I said, "You sure?" He goes, "Nope, I'm positive." He goes, "And here's the antibiotics I want you on because you're still coughing and hacking." He goes, "But we're sending you up for a test first." And I said, "Well, oh, why?" He goes, "I want to make sure you don't have COPD." He goes, "Because I don't want to give you any more drugs if this is where we're going, right?" I went, "Oh, okay." Yeah. He goes, "You still smoking?" I said, "Want me to lie?" Right? And he just looked at me. He goes, "Fair enough." He goes, "Go up and do the test. Come back and see me." So I did that. Nope, I'm good. He goes, but they did say you are super infected. And I went, "Yeah." He goes, "How's the teeth?" I went, "Eh." He goes, "Is your old man doing that now?" And I went, "Yep." So hopefully, folks, I'll be able to smile. See,
when are they taking them out?
Right now, we're going to wait till the estate's cleared.
Well, I was going to say, that and your infection needs to clear up, too.
Yeah, so we're looking at...
Can't do anything if you're infected.
Probably going to do the move. And then from there, and I've got a ready supply for antibiotics there, because it's just, all you never need is amoxicillin, usually. But what we don't want is that affecting my diabetes. Oh, and he checked my sugars, and he was all hands up and happy, and I said, "You want me to tell you more lies?" I said, "I can tell you why they're rate good." He's like, "Why is that?" I said, "Because I didn't have all my coffee and Coke yet."
I don't know what you guys are doing up there in the Northeast, but I got a lot of friends who've got really bad cold going on.
Oh, it's wicked. This cold, it's wicked bad, yeah. Yeah, it's I caught it and I just went through the head cold part and I was like, oh, all right, it's fine. Then my throat got a little sore and that was Wednesday, Tina. You remember that?
Yeah, and it's gotten worse.
And it just got worse, yeah. And I'm like, holy jeez, all right. And then of course, what happened, and I'm sitting there going,
well, you definitely sound better. Your voice and everything is back.
oh, sorry, guys.
That's packed up
We're not
along.
gonna worry about it too much, man.
There we go. I'm better.
Pick up that left lung and put it back in your chest.
Oh yeah, no. It's like
I've got some super spicy ramen here that would clear your pipes out real quick.
Actually, I've got the curry here. Don't you worry.
Or better yet, you need to go stick your head in the confidence chamber. The CS gas.
Yeah. You know what's really funny? Somebody asked me what's my cure. Lipton chicken noodle soup, but instead of the 4 cups of water, put 2. Right, and drink the broth. And the other thing I tell people to do, have a hamburger and put seasoning salt on it. Everyone's like, what? I said, put seasoning salt on it, because when it puts food in your system, right? I said, and the seasoning salt will help you out, right? Blah, blah, blah. Got a question. All right, so.
I thought the cure for everything was skim mate.
No, it's rum. Rum. I'm telling you, it's rum. Right. And a little bit of vodka. All right, so, and Chimp, I hear you. That was with me. So LMZ has a question. If you install a fan, do you want the air sucking into the cabinet or out? That depends. So, are you putting the fan on there because you have a lot of condensation inside there, or is it just really humid? And it can be both.
Yeah.
Now, I have 2 airports. You had a disaster. So you had a water leak? I'm going to guess. I think we're going to hear somebody, you went on a cruise for 10 days. Uh-oh, here we go.
Oh, boy.
And you caught Ebola.
Speaking of Cruz, where is he?
Cruz is doing okay. I was talking to him.
Is he starting to feel better too now?
He's a little more on the mend. Your canopy was airtight. Okay. Give me a sec here. Cruz probably sleeping.
I was really thinking I was going to have to get a hold of Cruz the other day. Things were going south in the tank really bad.
Oh, how so, sir?
You remember I told you?
Aquarium had gyres.
Huh?
It created a mist.
You had the gyres too high and they were scooting the tank. Okay, so you had a lot of surface agitation. Is that what you're telling me?
What?
Yeah, so your canopy got so humid, did it run down into your sump, or did it...
Oh.
I've heard of that, actually. Heard of that a lot.
Now, would you have the fan? I think what he's asking is the fan supposed to be blowing in there on the water, or is it supposed to be pulling water away from the canopy?
In his case, probably the best bet would be to have fresh air coming in, and have a vent so the air can also escape, so you get a constant airflow.
Yeah.
In that case, that would be for that, because that's just humid.
My question would be: is the top sealed up on that canopy as well?
Yeah, he's got an airtight canopy. He says.
Yeah. Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
Taking notes. Things not to do when I buy my canopy.
Don't go airtight.
I'm not gonna have that trouble because I just personally don't like canopies, but I am,
I'm still on the fence about it.
I have an open top with, I think you've seen my setup. I have that kind of bracketed canopy over top to hang everything on.
Yeah. I went through about 12 days where almost all of my euphyllia, all of my zoas, it's like they retracted, and I don't know what was going on in the tank.
Ooh.
And it coincided with, if you remember, I was telling you, had like this first diatom outbreak, but I think it was something else besides that. It looked like brown, red. It looked like brown cyano,
Yeah, I had it. It's dinoflagellates, believe it or not, but.
And it just, I think maybe it just got all over everything, coated everything, and just kind of and I kept blowing it off, and I finally I just said, to hell with it, I'm going to treat it like a cyano, and I did Chemiclean, and I did that, and then I threw in, I got through with that, and I went through about 2 or 3 days of 15-gallon water changes, throw in some carbon, and
Yep.
And we went to, and they didn't, you could tell that they weren't necessarily dying, but everything just extremely retracted. All the polyps of like the frog spawn and anything off. It was just in, it's like, and I couldn't hardly look at the tank, the fish were just fine.
Yes. Yep.
And a couple of the corals, the SPS, it didn't seem to affect very much. I don't think, maybe my green slimer a little bit, maybe, and I think it's just because it kept catching and stuff. But anyway, so we go take off Friday to Phoenix, and we're over there Friday, Saturday. I got the camera on the tank, and about Sunday, finally it starts to look like, I'm thinking, man, it looks, and you could really tell in the elegance coral, man, it was really like retracted bad. And on Sunday morning, it started to look like, I thought, man, it's looking a little better, And then by the time Sunday evening, and then we started to head back Monday, I had it on camera. I said, man, things look like they're coming back. I can't see it extremely well on that camera, but so we walked in the house Monday evening, and everything's like at least like 75 to 80% back. The brown slime, whatever it was, is 95% gone. And then today, everything looks a little bit more better, So I don't know what I did. I just had no idea. I tell you what I did do. When I get into a panic, I ordered a wood air stone and a pump. So I'm like, if nothing else, this will get me into bubbling real fast. I don't know what the hell I did.
Yeah, bubble, boil and tubble, man. I'm telling you.
I don't know what I did. Well, I got it on the way, and we're gonna do that. But everything is coming back, and now I'm afraid to So I'm like, what did I put in? What did I touch? Something had to be in there, Everybody wasn't liking it as far as the corals were concerned. So I'm not putting anything.
My 20 just went through an event like that. I ended up with dinoflagettes.
Yeah.
Just really snotty looking algae on the sand. I sucked it up, did a water change. I've been keeping an eye on, make sure to bubble, and it's it's one of those things that you just, new tanks especially, even if it's old stuff going in, new tanks just seem to do that crap, right? So,
That's what I've been hearing.
I'm gonna tell you though, I've used Chemiclean. People seem to be afraid of.
I'm not.
And I don't know what Chemiclean has in it, and nobody does. But well, they do. The people make it, but it didn't have any ill effects on anything. Every time I've used it, I never have any ill effects with it. So I don't like to use it because I just don't. I don't like going through the whole.
Last resort.
You got 48 hours, and it makes your protein skimmer just go nuts. You might as well turn your skimmer off, and then when it's over with, you got to do a big water change. And then what I do is I throw a big bunch of carbon in there to pull it out and stuff.
Yep.
So
it's a carbon.
Hassle.
It's a carbon.
It works.
It does work. The only problem is that generally it's a short-term solution, right? So, but I'll tell you, and yes, it is a shot glass. That is when I was trying to get my mushroom to attach to a rock. That's a little trick I learned, that you take a glass, shot glass, put some rubble in it, and drop the mushroom in it in a medium flow area so that it's actually getting turned over but not pulling the mushroom back out. And it will grab onto the rubble and then allow you to glue it to a rock or stay on that or do whatever with it.
I thought you used the shotgun to take a shot.
No.
And then you...
Well, that's when I'm dosing vodka, right? 1 for me, 2 for the tank.
Another note.
Take a shot. Hang on. Okay.
Number 2 on the list.
So would Captain Morgan work the same?
The only problem with the rum is the discoloration. Now,
hey, Tina, what did you end up doing with that crab? What did you end up doing with that crab you were trying to catch that day? What did you do with the crab?
Stabbed him.
My daughter accidentally murdered it, and the fish got a feast.
Accidentally.
Oh,
No, yeah, it was accidental. We were trying to put him in the fish the crab correctional facility, and she squished the hemostat a little too hard, and he just went boom.
There we go.
I think she cried for 3 days.
Oh, poor girl.
And I was actually doing a happy dance. Just glad that it was out, one way or another.
Yeah, I remember you trying to catch it.
Yeah, you know it's bad when you look at your tank and you can hear the singers from the Omen going, right? Spiritus, spiritus, spiritus.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Accidentally on
Ryan,
purpose.
when it comes to a gorilla crab, yes, there is. She
100%
did not-
intentional.
Yeah.
You didn't put your hand
I'll just say I was completely fine with it one way or another. It was coming out of that tank. I don't care.
Hey, what's going on there, Roy?
I don't like it.
Have you seen Reef Rabbit's new addition to his tank?
No, I have missed that. What did he get?
He ended up getting a couple fish from a person who was trying apparently to kill.
They were very sick.
Tang and a bunch of other fish.
They're very, very sick fish, Craig.
The yellow tang looks very rough, but is doing better.
Yeah,
Good.
that's it. Good. Yeah, I did a lot of rescues, and
yeah,
it's a pain. Somebody's like, well, what are you gonna do if you sell this 120? And I'm like, well, I'm gonna sell it. I'll sell all the livestock. I'm keeping my clowns. So the new clowns are on the what's the word I'm looking for? They're gonna wind up in the 10, but I'm very nervous about that because she's in timeout. She's doing good. She's down there in the sump, just sitting in the one spot, going like, "Why am I here?" You know why you're here. Yeah, you know exactly why you're there.
Crab slaughter. Oh my God! Right.
Exactly.
Am I getting what?
Yeah.
Was it 5? Am I getting 5 to 10 for that?
Yeah. 5 to
Put
10.
me in purgatory, please.
You're in the tank for spousal abuse. That's what you're here for.
Yeah, Chimp. That's always the everybody's big thing. It's like my rock. Somebody's like, "What are you gonna do with your rock under your 120?" I said, "Sell it." Of course I am. Right? Why wouldn't I? Right? A lot of stuff I got to do, but it's a thought. We're not sure. It's a big decision because I got a lot of effort in that tank. But if I don't have the room or the floor to support it, what do you do, right?
Right.
One of those, Yeah, Tina gets probation, house arrest.
I get off for good behavior.
Yeah. I don't know how good that behavior is there. That seems to be singing.
Yeah.
Look into my eye. Yeah.
Right there.
Right there.
See it?
Yeah, I hate you. I eat my fish in front of my fish tank and just could be you. Doesn't seem to work.
I ate deer meat in front of my fish tonight, and they were like, "What you got?"
Yeah, I want some.
Well, I want some venison.
You know, it's funny. I saw 2 moose on the way up home, and it was funny. All I could think of was Michael Aaron freaking out about jumping out and wanting to run up to these moose, right? And one of them, she was as tall as the fence, and the fence is 9 feet.
Yeah.
Right, so she's right, her back was right there, and she basically had her head over top of it, and I'm just, oh my, I couldn't stop. I was going to stop and get some video for him and say this would be the time that you see Michael Aaron running like a goof up to the fence just to see what happens, right?
Guess what I got to do today, you guys? And I had to do it all by myself because Mousy wasn't here to help.
Oh?
I saved my little clownfish from choking to death. I had
Okay.
I just saw it like swimming backwards and doing something super crazy, and I'm seeing things hanging out of his mouth. I'm like, what the hell? So I get the net. He come running right up to the top, and I let me net him out. He ended up somehow one of my daughter's long hairs got in the tank, and he had gotten a hold of it and swallowed some, but it also got wrapped around his body super tight.
Yeah.
So I had to like hold him up. I put him in the net at first, and he was flopping around so much, I just kind of laid him in my hand so that I could just see his mouth and pulled all that stuff out. Yeah, it was a foot-long hair. I'm like, how the hell did that even get in the tank?
So I have to worry about the fish choking on my hair if it falls into the tank.
Yeah, you basically, I tell everybody.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
The fish, I mean, he was in he was in distress, big time.
Oh yeah, he would have died from that eventually. Yeah, because he would have started to digest it, and then it would have been all bad. Yeah.
He couldn't use his, it had gotten wrapped around him too, so he couldn't like open up his gills, or he wasn't swimming right or anything.
No, good thing. Cool, you saved a fish CPR.
Yeah, and I couldn't tape it or nothing because Mousy wasn't here, and I was more worried about saving the fish.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. I'll tell you what I use. I use packing tape on my arms before I actually reach in the tank, because I've had my wife's hairs that I didn't see it. It was on my arm. I reach in and then whoop, off it goes, and it's like, oh, I better get that out because they get wrapped around your impellers too.
Yeah.
So, and they do damage.
Yeah, I've got quite a bit of hair, so.
Yep. Yeah, hippie.
Well, if you
so just that, that's
I'm a mountain man. Get it right.
Be careful.
if you could have got that on video on YouTube.
Ryan, oh my God.
Yeah, Ryan's just gonna
fish from here.
He must keep my daughter away from that thing, dude. Killing crabs and trying to take out my daughter. Oh,
you guys are silly as silly can be.
And she's not here. She'd be loving this right now.
And that's why I got on tonight. I needed a chuckle. I had a chuckle earlier. I was watching a Motley Crue live thing. Yeah. And, I just happened to look down at the comments and somebody went, Vince Neil, the singing potato. And I couldn't stop laughing because he did look like a singing potato. I mean, this guy can't sing live. Everyone's like, what are you talking about? I said, watch live videos of Motley Crue. If it's not the first 2 concerts, and I'm like, what on earth is he singing? And unfortunately he's gotten older. He's had a problem with his weight, so he looks like a singing potato, right? I had a really good chuckle about it. Go ahead.
If you want a good book to read, you need to get Ready Player One.
Oh, I watched the movie too, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
Ready Player One. Yeah, the movie's not too bad. The book's better. But I mean, that's always the case anyway, really, with a good book. But the movie does it justice. It's not bad. So
yeah, I'm planning on getting the movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I plan on getting it.
Yeah, you're right. Ryan, Trump does look like an angry sweet potato, doesn't he? He does. Little orange there he is. He's a little orange. And don't forget that he doesn't apologize. He apologizes.
Yeah.
I apologize on many occasions for that. And I'm sitting there going, apologize? What the hell's apologize? Right?
He doesn't enunciate very well.
No, not at all. No, among other things, right?
One of the best things about being an independent voter is I can make fun of both parties.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't matter. We were laughing the other night. My brother got all political there, and we're sitting there, and we're all looking at him going, doesn't matter who you vote for, man. And he kind of like, well, yeah, that's true. I said, yeah, and you know how this is going to go. I said, until you convince everybody not to vote for the blue or not to vote for the red and vote for someone else, guess what? The blue or the red's getting in, and they both do the same crap.
Yeah.
I love when they're like, no, they don't. Yes, they do. What are you talking about? Every time they do, they just do it in a different way. It's like, bend over, take a deep breath. We're going to experiment now. So
both the Republicans here and Democrats here have, sunk bills that would have helped the VA.
Yep. Yeah, we don't even need to we know.
They need to do more though.
You got it. Yeah, same here.
Well, they all went into the one building.
Enough, in my opinion.
But, I don't want to get in trouble with that one. Vote them out.
I'm not getting lured in this conversation.
No. We're just joking around anyway, but it's the same thing up here. If it's PC or liberal, it's whatever. Wait a minute, you're both going to take my taxes, right? Yep, don't care.
Yep.
So you tell me that you're going to give me a cheaper, and the other thing now is the doctors up here are starting to get a little pissed because it's pharmacare, and dental should be included. If you go to Britain, for the most part, it is, right? So because it's a health risk, right? And he looked at my teeth and he goes, Jesus. He goes, if I could, he goes, I couldn't even get you in if I tried. He goes, and we know this is going to kill you if we don't do something about it. And I went, right, yeah, I know. He goes, how much is it for, dentures now? I said, $2,600, man, to start.
Yep.
I said, that's not implants. I said, that is literally just good old loose dentures. I can do the old man thing and scare the shit out of kids.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, my mother-in-law went through that when she had her cancer. The radiation treatments killed her teeth.
Yeah.
Implants down here. Be lucky.
Watching her go through that shit. And now she's got teeth. Actually, since they did that surgery and we got to take her back in.
Yep.
Since they, she used to choke all the time since she got her teeth, and we always thought it was the teeth that were giving her the issues. Mm-hmm. Well, it wasn't the teeth. She's got a stricture in her throat.
Oh.
So anything that she ate or drank would hit that stricture and go into her lungs. So they opened it up. Since she's gotten out of the hospital, that woman can eat anything now. Teeth in or teeth out.
There you go.
She can eat or drink anything now, but we got to take her back in every so often.
You should have heard me talking about doing my teeth. I'm like, first thing I'm buying is cashews. Cashews and fucking almonds. Right? It's really funny. And toot my own horn, I am down 20 pounds from my last visit.
Cool.
Nice.
So, I'm looking forward to all the hanging skin. That's going to be awesome. Guy looked at me and goes, what do you mean? Because then I'll go in and cry like a woman, and I have no shame in that. It's wrecking my self-image. Take it off. I need me some plastic surgery. And when you're at it, get up here on my eye and take the xanthomas off too, bud. I've been putting up with that for 30 years. So, it doesn't hurt you. It's ruining my self-image. It goes with the gut. Come on.
That hanging skin will go back up some.
Oh yeah, no, I'll do things. But why not?
It'll be a pokey time about doing it, but it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Craig, I'll take care of that hanging skin for you.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. I got my own knives. Thanks.
Get him, Eddie.
Just be gentle.
How many sutures do you have?
I got a staple gun.
It's funny. You guys say that. You say that, and somebody saw my stomach the other day and went, "Holy." Right, when's that happen to you? And I went, shark. That's how bad my stomach looks, guys. That's how many surgeries I've already had, right? So I'm like, if I can avoid that, I'm going to, but we'll see.
Hey, Jeff.
There we go. So, hey, what's going on, Jeff?
Yourself?
Yeah, tune in my voice, man. No, so yeah, I was joking earlier too. Well, I'm not joking. It's my mother's wishes that anything I get from the estate, I must get a guitar again.
Aww.
And I'm like, really? I said, that's it. Show me that. I went, son of a bitch. Right? Well, she won't let me not play, but she didn't say I had to go start a band. So, but if she wants me to get a guitar, I'll get a guitar.
Can you still play?
Oh yeah, sure can. I just can't do like 4 hours straight anymore like I used to.
Oh, that's right.
Right, but it's nothing for me to sit down and not play straight through. It's think of it this way: if anybody here has ever played guitar, if you've ever tried to play "Moving On Over" by George Thorogood, do that for an hour. If you can do that for an hour, you can do a whole night. I can no longer do that for an hour.
Practice.
Yeah. I think my Facebook says it all. I already did the practicing part. Thank you very much. And I still do that. My mother actually used to get mad because if I was playing a song or learning a song, she was okay. What she hated was when I was like, na 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 na. Play something else, right? Oh yeah, she hated it if I was doing lead part, like doing scales.
Saltwater Jeff, he got his permit.
Girls working on setting up a tank here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, I can't wait, man. Make sure you wear a GoPro. I want to see that tiger shark coming.
That's awesome, Jeff.
I saw a guy today that reacted the way I would have reacted. He was swimming up to a boat with a cage that he had caught some fish in, and a reef shark swam right up and just past him and hit the cage, and then kept coming back, and he was screaming like a girl, and I'm like, yep, that would have been me.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think I would have let out a short, startled. Ah!
I would have peed a little, like at least 3 drops.
Punch him in the eye.
Well, I may piss myself too,
Yeah,
but I'm not
exactly.
100% positive on that.
As long as you, now, see, I'd be screaming, "It's got my leg! It's got my leg!" Even if he's 20 miles away from me, I'd be screaming that. So, I just no, not happening, folks. You know, but it'd be cool, Jeff. I'll live vicariously through you, and if we see the found footage of the accident when it happens, I'll be like, "See, told you."
Nah, more than likely he's going to get harpooned.
Oh, I'm telling you, Roy Reeves, you have no idea. If you've ever seen the meme that shows the dog on top of the water in a total panic, and it says a fucking fish touched me, that's me.
Oh yeah, that fish was oh yeah, that dog was freaking the hell out. I've seen that.
He's just gone, right? And that's me. So, and I'm not kidding. I have done it. Yeah, look up the meme. A fish fucking touched me. Trust me.
I won't even get in a lake or an ocean, dude.
Yeah. I've had snapping turtles at my ankle.
I inspect pools. We're talking about a backyard above ground pool. I still have to look first.
Yep.
Like,
and make sure there's nothing in the bottom.
Somebody's like, "What?" I said, "What? You didn't see Thunderball?" they can swim in a pool, man. I've seen it, right? You know, yeah. I know it's foolish. I know it is. But it doesn't matter to my brain, right? My brains, there could be a bull shark in there. Fuck it. Not going in.
Well, bull sharks do swim upriver.
Yeah. Pour me a pina colada and fuck off. Right, I'm not getting in your pool.
The pina coladas.
No, it was. I was gonna take. I should take a picture of it, and I will tomorrow night for you. Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Cough that junk up.
Yeah, but
we'll just mock you for it, okay?
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to. I'm a big boy. I can take it. It was funny that I don't know if any of you have really seen the view from the back of my house, but I will take a shot. The day she passed, it was one of the nicest nights you've ever seen on the St. John River. Yeah, she had, thankfully that her room, that's what it looked out at. We couldn't get her to open the windows, and my stepdad said he couldn't stop laughing. I walked in the house and I opened every frickin' window in that house. Sorry, guys. Working on it. Because,
I got some Reefer call here for you.
Oh, there you go. No, I got good stuff here. Trust me. I got lots of drugs.
He's drinking that green NyQuil.
Yeah, that's the stuff I love. Dennis Leary said it best. Best advertising in the world. Capital N, small Y, big fucking Q.
We love you.
Craig, are you high? No, I'm drunk. I just have a cold. What are you taking? Nothing, man. I'm high as a kite. My teeth are green. Merry Christmas. I wish it stayed that way for me. You know what normally happens, right? I get the NyQuil in me. It's like, I feel great. That's usually the way that goes. Hey, DM. How you doing, buddy? I'm back.
You know, DM, I missed your live stream earlier today.
I did too. I wish I could have dropped in. I couldn't.
I was on the road.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit today about seahorses. And then I think he dropped out, and then he came back on, and then he wasn't talking for a while. So I think he was busy cleaning his tank. I think.
I fell asleep.
No, he was clean. He had his back to the camera.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave's,
I think he was doing.
Dave's always at his tank.
Yeah, I think he said he was going to get some dwarf seahorses.
Oh, I think that's what he's up to. Yep. And you're into that. I can't wait to see it. I'm going to live vicariously through you and tell my wife, nope.
Well, hang on, I'll show you. Well, I'll turn on not much to see right now except for a clear tank. But come Friday, I should have all my decorations.
Yeah, you're going to get some chain? Are you going to go with that or just plants?
Actually, I'm just going with fake plants right now and a pillar style ruins type thing.
You're gonna do what my wife wants. I don't. She can't see this.
Okay, let me see if I can.
I'm not kidding. If she sees it, that's gonna be. See, she can do it. We can do it.
And then I got, and then I got a couple of rocks in there that was in my sump for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got to wipe down the glass, and I'll wait until Friday.
Yeah,
Mousie's gonna escape it. Oh my gosh, I've got freaking pods in here, dudes.
You would.
Awesome.
Because hell yes, I do. They're all over that back wall.
Good. Can't beat that. Yeah, look at DM.
Wonderbar.
You laughing at Tina or you laughing at me, DM?
I hope they can eat. I don't know if there's much. There's not really much in here. It's just a bare tank. Maybe I should. I got snails in there too. Cool.
Yep, good. That's what you want.
Yep. Maybe I should. Oh, I'm going to give this guy some Fido here because I knew there might be pods on the rock because I left the rock sit in my sump for 2 weeks. And then I also used, I took out the old media that I had in there and put in some cycled media that's been sitting in that sump since I started everything up.
Good.
And so, I mean, it's cycled. I already checked it and stuff.
You know, I just realized this headset has a mute button.
I'm going to set you down here for a second so I can give these guys some food. Good night. You guys hungry? I love feeding this stuff. Here you go. Eat up.
Nope, that's a good idea anyway. So, my wife's addiction to WoW has reached a fever pitch.
Okay.
Well, then tell her not to watch my videos that I got coming up.
No, I'm going to tell her that they're all boring. It's all just normal fish stuff.
Yeah. See, I'm going to do fake stuff for right now until the tank has enough nutrients in it, I guess.
Well, I think
I figured... macroalgae. I want to put macroalgae and stuff in it. I'm just afraid to buy them now and have them die.
Maybe. Yeah.
Are macros like low light? I mean, they should be able to do okay with this LED that I have on here.
I would think so. It's not coral light we're worried about anyway. You
guys look at this. Oh my gosh. Can you see that little copepod?
Oh yeah, I see him.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's eating.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, no freaking way, man. Look how cute that is.
There's the coolest part about what we do. Right there. How something so simple.
He's all swimming upside down and shit. Excuse my language. I'm tickled pink right now.
You go. That's awesome.
Well, yeah, but he's fish food.
Yeah, that's okay. He can be fish food for now, but let's let them be fruitful and multiply first. Yeah. And I'll get some more pods in there too, so. Yep. He's like, that's fish food. Of course it is. I already know. That's why I bought them. Exactly. Because now I'm a copepod murderer too. You didn't know that?
Brad and copepod.
Ryan, it's time. You can't see it on the little screen yet. There's one big pod swimming around in there, and then a bunch of little pods, and it's pretty awesome actually.
Yeah, but you get points back for saving the clownfish.
That's what it is. Yep, points back for saving the clown.
Yes, and I didn't even shake or nothing. I was a little nervous, but I wasn't like panicking like I normally do.
Yeah.
I mean, came right up to the top. I used the net, got him right out, brought him over here to the surgery station.
Get this done.
Got out my little tweezers.
She's doing a seahorse tank, Reefs. So that tank is going to have macroalgae in it and some other stuff for the seahorses to hold on to.
Yeah, right now it's going to have fake stuff, fake coral and fake plants, but eventually it's going to have the macroalgae in it. I want to get some dragon's breath. I want to get some gorgonians.
Yep.
And I want to get some, I'm not sure if it's Clerpa. I'm not sure if it's Callirpa that I'm wanting to get or not.
I wouldn't get Callirpa just in case it goes sexual on you. That would be, you would just
I
hate it.
I don't think it's called Callirpa. What the heck?
Chato?
No, I don't want to definitely don't want to put Chato or Kato in there. No,
You might want
no,
some like dragons, red dragon's breath and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
There's a bunch of. Let me see. Let me get on here while I got you guys on here. We'll find it.
Google.
Well, I've got the plant place or whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
Liveplants.com.
I think my wife's up to something because I just sort of thought about it. She goes, "Why does she want me to get another tank?" And she wants me to do a seahorse tank.
Seahorses.
And it's like, oh.
Go to bed. Go to bed, Jinx.
Jinx, my cat's at your house? Oh, so my roommate, the roomie, the guy I helped out that's living here with me right now, my male cat Jinx, who loves everybody, does not like him.
Uh-oh.
And I mean does not like him. And I'm sitting there looking at him going, what are you up to? Right? And my buddy's like, what? And I went, my cat doesn't like you. This cat likes everybody. I've actually got him on pins and needles around this cat now, right? And I'm like, he just doesn't like you, man. I told him that, right?
There's more than one brand of Callirpa, and the kind that I like is called the Callirpa Mexicana. It looks like ferns.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be cool.
I think
it's just long and leafy.
Yep.
Just things for them to hitch on.
Yeah, exactly. No, my wife wants, and she's good with Hippocampus erectus, so she's, we'll see. We'll see. Right, once I get moved and settled, and I kind of have things on the go, because I got to be honest, everyone's been great, thus far with donations. I'm kind of sitting there going, okay, I got things I can do, and if I sell that 120, there's more things I can do, because in the situation I might be in, it's probably going to be easier to have more small tanks. Right now, I don't want 20 tanks, but I'd be okay with a 20 and a 40 or something. We'll see. We'll see. And that's if we do it. I mean, if I can find a place to keep my 120, I'm keeping my 20. It's that simple.
Yeah. Okay, purple brush gorgonian. I like that one.
Is that an NPS or an S or?
It's photosynthetic.
It's photo, so it's an SPS style.
Yep. Yeah, so I don't want to be getting any NPS because then not only am I having to worry about feeding the.
Well, if you're feeding the Fido, right?
And
that's what they eat. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. Well, I wouldn't worry about it so much.
Exactly. You just got to keep an eye on it because if it starts to turn south, you got to get it out of there so it doesn't hurt the horses, right? But in all honesty, most people I know that once you get seahorses, they tend to kind of keep that stuff fed anyway, right?
Yeah. And then there's a golden plume, is what I see. It's yellow. It's really pretty. And I'm looking for like the hardier ones.
So Ryan's asking if it's a Callirpa taxifolia, or you said it was Mexicana, right?
It's the Mexicana. It's in the top row.
And Jeff, that's awesome, man. I can't wait to see that.
They've got a Callirpa sampler pack, right. But I don't want the one with the berries on it.
Oh, my wife says she hates you, Saltwater Jeff, because you live in Hawaii.
Oh. Hey, Saltwater Jeff, go get me some manapua.
Which island are you on, Jeff? Never did get to ask that.
I think you said Maui.
I'd get in a lot of trouble there because I'm just too stupid. I'd be like sitting there going, I live on the Mahakawana Drive. I'm just too goofy.
Yeah, they'll definitely have to kill a holiday on you.
I'd be like,
I spent my childhood out in Hawaii.
Yeah. It's like the Brady Bunch episode. I'd be talking about bashing my head on the reef because I bought this little tiki thing, and yeah. Nobody would get it, or they think I'm being derogatory or something.
I'm beginning to believe that I'm going to have to either buy a standard fox face or a magnificent, because ain't nobody in this country selling a one-spot fox face.
Get a
right now.
magnificent. They're gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm looking at a magnificent myself
But
for my main aquarium.
But they're big, you know. I mean, it's a 100-gallon tank. I don't know.
They should be fine in that. If he's the only big fish, big fish, you'll be fine.
Yeah. It says a 75-gallon, I think, for that one in the one spot.
One spot 75. I think the magnificent they recommend over 100.
Oh, okay.
But
well, maybe
again, this is a bioload thing, right? So unless you have a shit ton of tangs, it really shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be.
That ain't happen. That ain't gonna happen, bro. I'm not. Nope. I'm not in the tang war, so that ain't gonna happen.
Well, like Benoit Ball said, my blue murder hippo tang, he is once again attacking my blood shrimp. He's got to go. Fuck him right in the ear. I will catch him, and he is gone. Yeah.
Well, my blue hippo, that's the only tang I got. I forget he's a tang. But anyway, he's the blue. You know, he's. I guess maybe I'd get rid of him. Maybe if he did something like yours, but otherwise I can't. I mean, that fish has just been through too many battles with.
We're too into wrasse. I think that me and the wife both love wrasses a lot. So.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a 40 would be fine with some wrasses and whatnot. And it's like I told her, right? Like, I don't know if I can part with those other two clowns. I've been through too much hell and they bite me and it's too fun. So it's kind of like, okay. And it's funny, Tina, you'll appreciate this. I took Dax out the flurry, put her in the sump, and no matter which thing I put my hand in now, I get bit.
She's a little heifer, ain't she?
Oh, she's bad, and so's him. He's bad. That Wyoming white, Odo, yeah, he's something, boy. You know, again, he swam up the handle of a brush to bite me out of the water.
I saw that. I was there when it happened.
I'm still to this day amazed. I'm just like, you are just hell-bent and determined you're going to clamp onto me, huh?
Now, see, my fishies are also nice. I don't know what it is. They, they come up and... because I hand feed them probably a lot. When I go in to feed the corals, I also feed them. And so the clowns will actually come up and let me pet them. And they're only 2 inches. They'll come up to my hand and let me pet them, which is freaking awesome. Yeah. Now the tangs, not so much. They're, a little more skittish, and so are the other fish. But the clowns are not. They're not aggressive to me yet at all. And I think it's because they're so little still. I'm sure I'm gonna get
the wife thinks it's the way I put put them down at night, right? And I said, well, what? I said, I walk up and I'm like, hey, you're pear shaped. You know what I mean? And, I just.
That's not.
You're funny looking.
Talking, man.
All clowns are evil in the end. Yeah, they are.
I think mine are they're tank raised as well, and they're just the regular Ocellaris. Yep. So. They're the more friendly of the clowns. I mean, you can flat out tell when you go to my LFS which ones are the assholes.
Won't you be cracking
at you with the tank? You're like, nah, you're gonna stay right there.
Nope. This now happens to I have flag in my hometowns.
Yeah, Ryan's right for now.
I have one black and white and one snowflake, and they are. Two, after I got rid of every other, I'm trying to think of a nice word to say for asshole.
Jackass.
But
Marky would say jackass.
Jackass. Yeah.
Jackass. And so I was like, okay, you're out. Okay, you're out. Okay, these two get along just fine. The black and white's bigger, and I think if they ever do their thing about getting together, that would be the female probably. But they're really, I mean, they swim together, but they're not mated at all yet. So, but they get along just fine. So everybody, I got a pretty peaceful tank really. Everybody that was a jackass is gone. So,
Now I was thinking about getting some clowns to put in a nice seahorse tank. I've seen a lot of people do it, but I'm being told that I shouldn't, and I don't know why.
It can be problematic because if the clowns get it in their head. That it's theirs. The seahorses have no way to really fight back.
No, okay.
Okay.
That's all. And there's no way to know for sure. So
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna get a couple more pajama cardinals and start them out in there because they're real docile.
they generally are. They can be. Yeah,
They
can
go
be.
like, hey, you know, we're the clowns like one day said, hey, that's it. This place is ours. You don't look like us. Get the hell out.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And then I'd have to whoop them because they be thinking I'm a seahorses.
No, and I agree. Ryan's the same thing. There's no such thing as nice antheas or nice damsels. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain gobies that are complete buttheads. Yeah, they're like little kids in the
I got
schoolyard.
rid of.
Go ahead.
Now, see, I think my lawnmower bunny is the only one that's. Well, I mean, he's not really an asshole, but like he won't back down to like he's getting really perturbed that every time I throw a veggie chip in there that usually belongs to him, that the chains take off with it. So he'll go bite him in the ass. He's going, hey, give me a veggie chip, damn it.
I started playing he bites my fox, and we're sitting there looking at him going, "It's not going to work out for you in the end, but go ahead, keep doing it."
So you know what he does? Every morning I put the seaweed on the veggie clip.
Yep.
He'll go sit up on top of that veggie clip, and every time the tanks come near, he's like, back off.
Yeah. It's mine. I own it. I peed on it. I'm farting on it right now. Yeah.
It's hilarious to watch. No, he'll literally take a poop. I'm not kidding you. Right before they come up, he'll shit all over that.
Yeah.
Just
I pulled I've been.
my veggie chip.
Anybody watch Bob's Burgers?
Surprisingly, no.
I know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you the best line I heard is he has this problem with the magicians when they come to town for a convention, and he thinks that he's pulling a Vaseline. And he breaks into the guy's dressing room and he's licking all his sandwich meats, and he puts a piece of sandwich meat in the book and everything. And anyway, he ends up reading it after, and he's like, "Oh, he knew." Then, oh, P.S. Bob, I farted on the meat. And I'm like, yeah, that's my thing, yeah. But anyway, all right, guys. So we've hit over an hour. The wife's kind of looking at me. We got a big day tomorrow.
All right.
So I'm going to cut it out as much as I'm having fun. And I do appreciate that. Trust me.
Oh, that's taking your mind off things a little bit.
Exactly. Right.
Hey, man.
So I'm going to.
I plan on doing something colossally foolish. Think about buying a blue crab from the local supermarket here. We got some live ones that come in from time to time.
Right.
And tossing it in the tank first. And if I ever get mad at it, I can eat it.
Well, here's the trick to it. Remember, one, he's going to get big. But if you get them, make sure that you test their water, Eddie. Just so you know exactly what it should be. And that way, yeah, why not? I know people who've done it. I know they've kept lobster, and I started laughing because the lobster got huge. I'm like, boy, good luck getting him out of the tank. Yeah.
All right. You have a good one, Craig.
For sure, guys. Everybody take care. Thanks for dropping by. And I'll be back regularly again here soon, guys. I got a couple of days here I got to deal with it. So till then, later taters, all right?
Later.